What turns fascination into imitation? Why would someone look at a murderer and think, I want to become like them? Not inspired by their success, not inspired by talent, but inspired by violence. Throughout history, certain killers have created a terrifying ripple effect. One murder becomes two, two becomes 10. And suddenly, investigators realize something horrifying. Someone is copying the crime. Sometimes it's the method. Sometimes it's the symbolism. Sometimes it's the entire identity. These are known as copycat killers. Copycat killers are criminals who emulate the methods, victims, or style of previous, often notorious, murderers or fictional crimes, often driven by a desire for infamy or obsession. Every murder is a tragedy, but spree, serial and mass murders are considered particularly reprehensible. For one thing, these murders lack a clear motive. With most murders, the rationale is a desire for retribution or financial gain. This generally isn't the case when a person kills someone they don't even know, but it's only human to attempt to understand or label violent acts and the people who commit them. So are murderers mentally ill? Not necessarily. In fact, many killers don't meet the criteria for insanity. What's more, the field of psychology has struggled to create a psychological model that explains all of these acts. Modern criminologists have long been aware of the potential for media exposure to lead to copycat killings. As the media has grown, other forms of entertainment, especially movies and video games, have come under fire for allegedly leading to copycats basing crimes on what they see on the screen. Today we shall break down the psychology of copycat killers. Number 1. The Columbine Effect, one of the clearest examples of copycat psychology, happened after the 1999 Columbine High School massacre. After the attack, media coverage exploded worldwide. The killers became infamous almost instantly. Photos spread everywhere. Their journals were analyzed. Documentaries aired repeatedly. And over the years, investigators noticed something disturbing. Future attackers often referenced Columbine directly. Some copied. Clothing styles, weapons, phrases, planning methods, symbolic imagery. Others openly idolized the killers online. This became known as the Columbine Effect. Not because media alone caused violence, but because the killers became symbols to isolated, angry individuals searching for identity and recognition. The attack transformed from a tragedy into mythology, and mythology can inspire imitation. Number 2, the role of isolation. Many copycat killers are deeply isolated people, not always physically alone, but emotionally disconnected. They often feel rejected, humiliated, ignored, invisible, powerless. Some struggle socially for years. Others carry intense resentment toward society. Over time, they may begin escaping into fantasy worlds built around violent figures. The killer becomes a role model, a symbol of rebellion, a fantasy identity. This is especially dangerous for individuals with unstable self-esteem, because copying someone powerful can temporarily make them feel powerful too, even if that power is destructive. Number 3, when fantasy becomes addiction. Most violent crimes begin in the imagination long before reality. Copycat killers often spend months or years fantasizing, not necessarily about blood, but about transformation. They imagine being feared, being noticed, seeing their name everywhere, finally becoming important. The fantasy becomes emotionally rewarding, and the brain reinforces rewarding fantasies. This works similarly to addiction. The more they imagine violence linked with significance, the stronger the psychological attachment becomes. Eventually, fantasy no longer feels imaginary. It starts feeling necessary. Number 4, the Night Stalker fascination. After the crimes of serial killer Richard Ramirez, known as the Night Stalker, public obsession exploded. Ramirez became infamous during the 1980s for brutal home invasion murders across California. Instead of disappearing into history as just another criminal, he became a cultural fixation. Fans sent him letters. Some admired him. Some romanticized him. This reveals something deeply disturbing about human psychology. Certain people become attracted to violent notoriety itself. For unstable individuals, this attention sends a dangerous message. Horror creates fame. And for someone desperate to escape invisibility, that message can become seductive.